What is up, everyone? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to get started here on EURUSD. Let's start with the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, we have a bullish doji candle with a large upper wick, symbolizing some buyer's exhaustion. If we go down to the weekly time frame, same candle. But if we measure this retracement right here, as you can see, price action has created a 38.2% retracement right around 1.10 and has continued to go bullish, with price action reaching the higher high following the higher low that it just made on the weekly time frame. So if we go down to the daily time frame, as you can see here, price action opened this week with a bullish candle and has started Tuesday with a bearish candle that is halfway across the previous bullish candle, meaning that overall market structure still continues to be bullish, and it could just be a counter trend on lower time frames. So as you can see here, we have higher high, higher low, and price action now looks to head towards a new higher high. So as price action looks to create its market structure at around 1.14. If you go down to the lower time frame, as you can see, got low, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, same low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and now looks to create a higher low. And if we were to measure that retracement, it would be a 50% retracement right around 1.138. As price action rests just above the previous higher high. So with that being said, as you can see here, price action broke through 1.14 support resistance, making a high of 1.14400 and has fallen down to 1.13800 or 1.13900. Somewhere around that area, as price action finds 50% retracement. Should price action reject off the 50% retracement, then it could look to head towards the 61.8% retracement, and in which that would be the area that I'll most likely look for my entry. Now with that being said, this would be a learning experience to see if price action will either find support around 50% or 61.8%. Should price action find support around 50%, I would look for some buy entries above 1.14. But if price action continues to go lower towards 61.8%, then moving forward in the future, I'll always look for those setups around around 61.8% retracement. So if we were to go to GJ, let's see here, or GU, excuse me. On the monthly time frame, we have the same thing as Euro, bullish candle with a upper wick. On the weekly time frame, we have a bullish candle with an upper wick following a bearish doji candle, which was likely a counter trend made last week, and this week's price action is a continuation of the overall bullish trend. And on the daily time frame, as you can see here, we have a bearish doji candle similar to the EURUSD. If you measure the retracement, it will be a 38.2% retracement as price action continues to go bullish off of the supply and demand zone that it found support on. So with that being said, price action created higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, and I likely would look to create another higher low as price action finds support right around 1.35. So if you were to go down to AUDUSD, this one is one that I want to talk about for sure. So on the monthly time frame, we have a bullish candle with a large upper wick, symbolizing a lot of buyers exhaustion, although buyers are in control currently. Right now we have a bullish candle made on the week of May 19th, and the following week was a bearish doji candle, with this week's candle being a bullish candle. that is risen up to last week's opening price before finding some buyers exhaustion. So as you can see here, we have strong bullish movement here on the daily time frame, and then for today, as you can see, price action has fallen negative 40 pips as it has reached halfway of the previous bullish candle. So with that being said, if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, get a little bit more in depth, you can see that price action has found support right around this area here, right around 0.6410 numerous times, and his overall market structure is bullish. It continues to go bullish, but with that being said, price action has went to a high of 0.65, rejected off of that area, and has went to 0.64500, where price action currently has found support around that area. And if you were to measure the retracement, it would be a 50% retracement. So with the 50% retracement being said, it looks like price action is going to head towards 61.8% retracement. As if we go on to lower time frame, we have a bullish candle with a large upper wick symbolizing a lot of buyers exhaustion. And if you go on to time frames that are even lower, as you can see, this may possibly be an area of price action find support, but if not and it breaks through this area, then it could head towards 61.8% retracement, which would be right around 6.4400. Now, if we were to go on to GJ has created a bullish doji candle with a large lower wick. On a weekly time frame, it shows a little bit more in-depth information, as price action has done that as well. And if we were to go on to the daily time frame, as you can see here, price action has created a lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher lower high, and has maintained the same low. And price action has been bullish ever since, finding support right around this area of 192.7, and has went to 193.8, and looks to continue to go bullish, possibly retesting 194.
I'm afraid I couldn't find anything about that.
And when it comes to UJ, as you can see here, price action has created a bullish candle with a large upper wick, symbolizing a lot of buyers exhaustion, and it's opened this candle this month with a bearish candle with large lower wick, continuing that bearish momentum. As you can see on weekly time frames, create a lower low, lower high, and what looks to now be a lower low, as price action has reached the opening price of last week's candle, as it continues this bearish momentum. So now on the daily time frame, we have a low low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, same low, lower high, and they has maintained the same low right around here. I would call this a bit of a head and shoulders pattern. As you see the head, the shoulder here, and the neckline, which means that price action could continue to go bearish, at the very least until it hits 141. But as you can see here, price action is creating what is a lower high on lower time frames, such as the 4-hour candle. Now, if you were to go on to gold, price action has created a bullish candle with a large upper wick on both the monthly and weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, it follows the previous week's candle, which is a bearish doji candle, as a counter trend on lower time frames. On the daily time frame, we have a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, same low. As price action now looks to head towards or maintain the same high of higher high, higher low, higher high, as price action looks to head towards 3,400. So with that being said here, going to the 4-hour time frame, if we were to measure this bull run, as it stands so far right now, price action is gone bullish and would possibly create a 38.2% retracement around 3,345, with price action currently respecting the supply and demand zone. So now on for US30, on the monthly time frame, it's created a bullish doji candle with a large lower wick, and on the weekly time frame, it's created the same thing, following last week's bullish candle. And on the daily time frame, price action looks to continue to go bullish. On the 4-hour time frame, as you can see here, price action has created a higher high, higher low, and now looks to create a new higher high. Yeah. But for now, I'm focused mainly on this trade right here. Just seeing if price action will find the 50% retracement or not. If not, it could possibly head towards 61.8% retracement. Anything lower than that, I'm not looking for price action to go anywhere lower than that. And being that price action is already bullish, I will look for price action to continue bullish market structure. And the reason why is because as it stands right now, I doubt that price action would create a bearish engulfing candle, being that the previous candle is already a bullish engulfing candle. So it's possible that price action continues to go bullish following the rejection off of 0.65. If it takes like a day, for example, if it's like a daily candle thing and not a 4-hour candle thing, then price action could probably be at this current price action for a couple of hours and then continue to go bullish for Wednesday. But if it's a 4-hour candle thing, then for example, then price action could find this 50% retracement and continue to go bullish.